Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of good old Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol magazine. As per usual, with all videos, if you like them, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and of course, drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. So, this week, we're on issue number 47 of good old Combat Patrol magazine. It is part 1 of 2 of our good old Orc Deffkoptas. Obviously, these are pretty cool. They're pretty cool flyers. You get these 2 halves of a sprue. In all honesty, I believe this is 100% everything to get 2 built up in one go. You do have the build guide this week. However, we obviously don't have the actual bases, so these parts are going to go onto the bases when you get them. They kind of slot in as well, which you don't really see a lot of slotted oval bases, in all honesty. It's pretty cool. The good thing for me is, personally, I don't like the clear flying stems for good old flying units. So, having these with these kind of bits where it just kind of looks like it's going over some rubble or anything like that, or a tree and all that good stuff, makes it look better, in my personal opinion. I prefer that. I think it looks nicer, it looks crisper, it makes it look more interesting. So that is definitely how I prefer my minis, and yeah, these do not disappoint. So I'm really looking forward to building these guys up, so it should be really good fun. So, happy days. These are push fit minis, so you don't necessarily need to worry about glue. Obviously, getting your mold lines removed from it is a major task. Making sure all the edges are very nice and seamless is an even more challenging task sometimes, especially with push fit minis. It can be done. If you need to, you can cut the pegs off, glue it together. You can utilize most of your glues as well to kind of help fill gaps. If you really want to, you can fill it with green stuff. Obviously green stuff is very difficult to use, though. I must admit, I hate using it. I don't think I'm very good with it, maybe because I haven't had enough practice. Anyway, many ways of getting all them gaps filled in, and then obviously next week we'll get the bases and we'll get the third Deffkopta, which will be really good fun. So, going into the magazine, we obviously have our build guide. So it's relatively straightforward because it's a push fit mini. Obviously, clipping it all off, smoothing it off all the edges is the major task, and then getting it all together. Really good fun. You'll enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. It should be really good fun. So, very straightforward, really, in the long run. It's going to be pretty cool. They're going to look really nice when done, and you can have some absolute banging units, which is exactly what you want for the orcs. They're good fun. I'm sure we'll get some lore about these sometime soon. We'll get the data sheet next week, I believe. We'll get the paint guide next week, and maybe some other bits, in terms of in the pages at least anyway. But really cool stuff. We do get a paint guide for this week, though, to help us kind of carry on with updating our minis. So updating your Chaos Space Marines. I am instantly going to disagree with the magazine, tell you to ignore it, forget it, tell it to bugger off. Blue over black for the edge highlighting does look a bit stupid. If you make a mistake with it and you go a little bit too thick with that blue edge highlight, it is going to look rubbish. It is going to stand out far too much. You want it a little bit more muted, in my personal opinion. If you are going to use a blue, use my Crag blue. It's darker, it will fit in a little tiny bit better. And if you want to add that tiny little corner edge highlights or anything like that along some of the kind of more sharp corners, then yeah, a little tiny bit of Calgar blue over there, then that can work. Personally, I don't like really heavy highlighting lines. I think it can look a bit rough and a little bit rubbish. In my personal opinion, that's just how I am. Personally though, over black armor, I would always go with grey. So you use Mechanica Standard Grey as a kind of your main colour. If you want to bring it slightly brighter, then add tiny very thin line of Dawnstone, or if you really want it a lot brighter, Administratum Grey. Personally, that's how I personally would do it. I would not do it with Calgar Blue because I just disagree with it. It doesn't look right, in my opinion. Stormhost Silver over the edges of gold and any other metallic areas, bob on. You can't knock it. It works very, very well. So I will 100% agree with that. It does the trick. Looks very, very nice. Do you need to do it over every single edge? No. In all honesty, I don't believe that you do. You can calm it right down over things like that, for instance, and doing all the edges. You don't need to do it over every single edge. Using it a bit more sparingly makes it look far more interesting. Can make it look far better. But it is, at the end of the day, your mini. Do it how you want. But that's how I personally would do it. Night Quest of Flesh over the leather areas and the kind of the fur trim does work. I'm not going to knock that. It can work very, very nicely. Utilising that as an extra step, very, very good. Then you want a lighter brown over the top of it, or Wraith Bone, for instance. Also will do exactly the same trick. Makes it stand out, especially for fur. So, and then the occasional little bit of grey maybe in there and everything like that, so it makes it look a bit more aged. Can work a treat. Over the leather, in honesty, you can't really knock the Night Quest Flesh because you're going over Catterton Flesh. Yeah, it works a treat and it can do very, very, very nicely. Moving on from all of that debacle and the blue, which I just don't agree. It's too heavy in certain areas. It's too heavy. Anyway, enough about that. Highlighting the orcs, blue over leather areas, yes-ish. Personally, I would go Inky by Darkness and Sotek Green. Or, if you want it to look a little bit brighter, go Sotek Green and then Arrowman Blue over the top, or Temple Guard Blue. That looks far, far better. Give it that kind of turquoisey kind of look. Makes it stand out and makes the colour pop a little bit better than the blue does. Personally, using a lot of Calgar Blue is, it's all well and good, but you don't need to. You can do it far, far better and make it look far more interesting without Calgar Blue. Moving on from there, Stormhost Silver over the metal. Yes, obviously. You can't knock that one. If you need to go over with any of the greens, I don't know if we're going to get it, but maybe some good old Skarsnik green, I think, is one of the other colours that we might get. Maybe. It gives you some more of a brighter green. If you want a very, very bright, vibrant green, you can go Moot Green. I wouldn't recommend it, though, over the orcs. It won't look right. Yeah, it's a decent paint job over the orcs. Apart from that blue, I don't agree 100% with the blue. Over black leather art pieces, like the boots and the gloves and everything like that, it is better than doing it over the ceramite armour of the good old Chaos Space Marines, but it's an unnecessary step. You can do it differently if you really wanted to, or you can just follow the magazine. I'm sure you'll get some good looking minis at the end of it. Yeah, it's just my personal opinion with that. So, anyway, enough talk about my personal opinions and painting the minis. We actually get a collect page for the Deffkoptas with this week's issue. So we do have our data sheet. We already have a data card, if I remember rightly, for it. They're a pretty cool unit. Obviously, you can give them their unit name, you can give them their background, and you can tick off whether you've built it, painted it, and played with it, which is always really, really good fun. And obviously, you get all the info on the back of it. Obviously, the info is for all three of the Deffkoptas. So, it is what it is. They do have deep strike and they do have flying, which is pretty cool. And so should be really, really good stuff. So you can have a bit of fun with them. Pretty good stuff. Moving on, we have our Chaos Space Marine Combat Patrol rules. So they have their own enhancements, secondary objectives, and stratagems as well. So you get to have a bit of fun with them, which is always really, really good. So you get their enhancements. So they do have Hateful Exhortation and Infernal Blessings. They have their secondary objectives of being a champion of the Dark Gods and idolatrous despoilers and stuff like that. So they do like to kind of, be a bit like it is. And obviously you get to do your stratagems on the other side, so they have their own unique stratagems, like every faction does. There are stratagems that are global, and there are unique stratagems, and obviously you can go through them as you go, and obviously they do cost command points every time you use a stratagem as well. But yeah, really, really good stuff. So, pretty cool, and having a bit more of that. I'm sure we'll get the orcs very, very soon as well, which will be good fun, and we've got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. So, obviously, if you want to carry on with that, we'll get more of it. We'll also get more rules and everything like that as well in the near future. But for now, we're going to move on to see what we're getting next week, which obviously is part 2 of 2 for our Deffkoptas. So we get our last Deffkopta, we get the bases, and we get a couple of other little bits and pieces. And we will get more lore to do with them. We'll get more information about melee weapons, and I'm sure there'll be some other good stuff in there as well. So happy days. Moving on from there though, issues 49 and 50, so almost the end part to our orcs, is the Deff Dread, which is pretty cool and pretty unique and pretty funky. So part 1 and 2, that comes along, and then obviously from issue 51 we go into the Leagues of Votan, so the little stunty guys of the 41st millennium, which will be really, really good fun. And in all honesty, they are one of the 2 armies that I really, really like in 40k, the other one being the Adeptus Sororitas, which are also really, really cool. So we have a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Obviously, orcs are really, really good fun. Not only do we get some pretty cool vehicles with the orcs, like the Deffkoptas and the Deff Dread, we also obviously going to get the Boomdacker Snazwagon before we hit issue 60, and obviously we've got the Leagues of Votan to look forward to. Then we get into your territory with the Gene Stealer cults, the Astra Militarum, and the World Eaters. World Eaters? Is that one? I think that's the one. Which will be really, really good fun. Before I go though, there is another video in the works. I'm just writing up a bit of a script about it, and it's a bit of a pondering kind of video. So we'll have a look at that in the near future, but obviously keep an eye out for it, and as soon as it's ready I'm sure I'll be shouting it from the rooftops. But otherwise, that's it for now. Thank you very, very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you very, very soon, hopefully. Bye bye now.